Yeah? You good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, happy Monday, everyone. And there's Fernando, of course. And flip it around here. Don't have an F-150 in the install today. Yeah, that wasn't right. Let me start that over. We don't have an F-150 in the install bay today. What's up, Eduardo? We actually have this Range Rover, antique thing. What's up from Canada? Hey guys, and this one is going to be. This one is a pain. All right, that's just the easiest way to say it. So what it's getting is a set of Virtus carbon nanos. That's the pancake speaker 3-way set. That's going to be powered off of a JVC KSDR 200.4, which is their cool little marine monoblock. This little guy right here. Talked about these. So this is going to be powering them. It's getting a P300 8-inch, and then a pair of Morel 4s, the Maximo Ultras in the rear. These are the carbon nanos right now. So here's what we got. 6.5 has to go here. The 2 3/4 has to go here, and the tweeter has to go up where the factory tweeter goes. This is the passive crossover for. Doesn't it look kind of neat? It looks like a V8. It's kind of cool. So this will come off, and we'll figure out how to get a speaker in here, and then we'll make a bracket to fit it in there. As you can see, these are not, like, there's no depth. That's why we're going with carbon nanos, because the door itself, like the window rides right up into here. These are not your, I mean, you can see the window track is like right there. So this is what we got going on now. We'll come back to that. So the tweeter mounts is this. This is the tweeter mount. It's just a piece of metal. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's your sail panel right there. So what happened was this had a ADS system in it, I guess. And there was this tweeter bracket, and this has these 2 screw holes in the back. And those 2 screw holes would match up to 2 screw holes behind this. And so when you'd screwed in the tweeter, this would kind of get screwed in, and okay, so that's what we got for the tweeter. So naturally that sucks. So this is what we made for the tweeter. So we have this guy here. So, and this has our Virtus carbon nano tweeter behind it. It's made out of a whole bunch of acrylic and painted and styled, and you can see the tweeter in there behind it. We'll go take a look at that. So this is what we came up with for the tweeter. Head over here. So this is how the tweeter mounts. So there's 3 screws that hold the side mirror on here, and there's a metal bracket that had those 2 screw holes. I didn't really think that was cool, so we came up with this bracket here. The tweeter is a dome tweeter, and so we needed to make sure that it sat behind this. And so let's grab some parts here. So this is a cardboard template that we eventually got to, but we wanted to make sure that, see how the tweeter never gets anywhere near this. About a 1/16 of an inch that you can't see because of the camera. And so this guy is designed to sit like this with the tweeter behind it. And so there was a couple different iterations of this, and we made a couple different panels. So this cardboard piece here is a clone of the metal piece because we needed to start somewhere. And then this was an acrylic version of what we wanted to build. It started out as this, and we manipulated the holes to kind of get them where we needed to go, and that came up with this guy here. And then we made a couple changes to this, and it ended up with this guy here. This is a bad one because I got some glue on it in the end, so I'm making a new one right now. And how it mounts is, you can see this little piece right here. Okay, so that is a screw hole. So this slides into the door, and then there's the one screw that holds it in place. And so if you come over here and you look really close, you can see that's an M2 screw, and that holds this whole thing in place. So it tongues into here, so it's made out of 1/8 inch and 16th inch. As you can see, there's the two there. We added a bevel to the front, sanded it, painted it, and then there you go, put Land Rover on it. So that is that. Now this truck poses so many problems, it's not even funny. The wiring harness for the car, as you can see, there's no wiring anywhere along the floor here. Hey! Because it actually all comes up the A-pillar. You can see over there, there's all this wiring and whatnot. So the main harness actually comes up the A-pillar here and goes into the back. So we're trying to get as much of our wiring up the same way. We took out the back seats and the carpet because the 4 gauge that we're going to have to run to the back is definitely not going to work the way we want it to. That's going to have to come up this way and over and in this tunnel. But everything else we're going to try to bring across there. And then the 4s for the rear are going to go up. There's some little mounts which you can't see because that light is totally killing it. But there you go. So the 4s get mounted into those brackets there. This is the motor for the windshield wiper. So he's restoring this, and we wanted to get our part done before they start putting the interior back together, just because we knew it was going to be a real pain in the butt once it's back together, like especially like running wires and stuff like that. Dang, it's doing that deep voice thing. Fantastic. Also, over here, this carpet actually goes down like this. This is where the factory subwoofer was. So the ADS subwoofer was over here in the corner. So we're going to make a bracket, and our P308 will fit up in here along with our amplifier and our crossovers. So everything is going to go here in the back as far as that goes. Just watch your video on installing a double DIN in a BMW 320i. You said that the amplifier shouldn't have fiber optic cables going to it. What's the drawback if it do? If it does, it's going to be a different interface because the interface that we used was not made for the premium audio system. Wow. Premium audio system that used the fiber optic. So that's really what it is. So if it has fiber optic, then that option will not work because it won't power into that particular system. If you do have the fiber optic, you probably want to check out Spiral Audio, because Spiral Audio will make an interface. You can use the same dash kit, you just can't use the wiring harness because it won't work. Unless you're going to put in amplifiers and stuff like that. What's up, Ada? What is the car? This is a Range Rover. So it's just a old school Range Rover. Very old school Range Rover. The other thing he's doing is he's putting the retro block punk radio in it. We'll take a look at that tomorrow once we've gotten to that point. Right now it's just a gaggle of wires in the dash. So it's when you stand near the back door. Really? Hate those cars. Yes. So do I. Range Rovers suck. Yeah. Am I going to be putting... Alright, I'm going to be putting an amp and sub. How do I bypass the factory amp to make the harness work? Okay. So bypassing the factory amplifier. So there's a couple companies, like you could probably, if you know, all right, so Electromedia, which is Audison, makes a harness. And then I believe, was it Helix, also makes a BMW harness if you're looking for a plug and play option. So I would head over to Audio Tech Fisher's webpage or Audison's webpage and see if you can get a part number there. then find a dealer and they'll be able to get you those pieces. I don't think Metra makes the amplifier interface for those. You could also just cut the harness. That's entirely up to you. But if you're looking for like a plug-and-play style harness, those two companies will probably have one. Range Rover, aka Nightmare Installs. Oh yeah, this thing is just, yeah. I mean, we're just doing only wiring of our own. I don't even know if this thing, I mean, it started up. That's about all we can hope for. Like I said, he's going through and restoring it right now. So it's got shiny red part underneath engine. You know, we got a shiny red thing. We got a shiny green thing. We got some welded together thing over here. It's got a battery. They have the power shut off on the ground, which is this guy. So that's kind of neat. Yeah. So yeah, we're just hoping that it all sounds great when we're done. It ought to be interesting. But we got a lot of work to do before we get to that point. So lots of speakers to go in, lots of ideas to come up with. Next is the 2.5 in the door, which I'm going to get back working on. Today is Monday, though, and you know what that means, Fernando?
Yes.
What does that mean?
We just started the week. That's what it means.
It does mean we just started the week. But what are we doing tonight? 6:30.
But today, yeah, we have the live show. Come on.
Yeah,
everybody knows that.
Okay.
Right? No,
okay.
But what's cool about this is that we put in our favors.
Our favors?
Yes.
Favorites? Favorites.
Favorites.
There you go.
Speakers in here, right? 3-way carbon nanos.
Yeah.
Nice. Because this show is brought to you by MorelHiFi.com. You can find MorelHiFi.com on the website, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or you can find them here, Morel_America.
Yeah.
So you can look some pictures and all that stuff. So
yeah. So the guy says $5,000 worth of needs sound treatment. See this little tiny rail right here for the window. There is not sound. See this giant glass thing? There is not enough sound treatment in the world unless you sound treat the windows. This thing is just going to be noisy. But hopefully we'll have enough Morel speakers in it to where it will be nice and loud. So that is the plan. That's what we got going on. We're going to see you guys tonight. We'll see you in 25 minutes.
25 minutes?
25 minutes.
Oh, wow.
You guys have a great rest of your day. And if you don't make the show, have a great night. If you make the show, we'll see you in 25 minutes. Bye. Yeah, I almost feel bad not talking, like, right when I go live. I was just like, hey, guys, what's up? I don't ever do that. You know, I'm just kind of like...
Are you live?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm holding a phone pointed at you.
No, but I thought you were like...
Oh, storing up the battery? Or reeling it in?
Yeah, I was about to say something really bad.
No, I was, woo, it's a real, woo. Hey guys, what's going on? Hello from 90 degrees Akron, Ohio. There you go. All right, so we're working on, what year did this turn out being?
91.
91. We're working on the 91 Range Rover. We started this project on Monday. We're still on it, but let's kind of go through, let's kind of go through what's happening on this and the progress that we've made, and we'll show you a little bit of what's going on behind the scenes. Hola, everyone. Miss hearing your voice. Miss hearing Arturo's voice. Hola, ¿cómo está? Today we're going to do funny things with my fingers. Anyways, so check it out. This is getting a set of Morel Virtus Carbon Nanos, or Virtus Nano Carbon 63. So this is the 3-way set. As you can see from the box, they're tiny, right? They're pancakes. This is a box of pancakes. So this is like, you just need syrup and butter, and this looks like syrup, right? Okay, so, hey, consequently, the show is brought to you by the 5 folks at MorelHiFi.com. Anyway, so we have these going in, and we also have a set of the Maximo Ultra 402 coaxials. These guys right here going in the rear. No, they haven't been put in yet. So these are all set and ready to go. Fernando's been working on the wiring in this thing, and it has been a struggle. So let's kind of go over what's happening with the wiring. So in this car, all the wiring goes up the A-pillars on both sides. There's no wire running on the floor. That poses a problem because obviously in car audio, we do need to run some wires on the floor. And in this case, the power wire is having to run on the floor. And it's not fun. Anyways, so that's the only wire that is ran on the floor. Everything else is up in the headliner and the A-pillars. And there's a 3-way set in each door, the radio. So there's a ton of wiring that's going through this, and tucking it up in there has been just the best thing ever. Yes, that is correct. It will be the most dependable part. So on Monday, we managed to get these done. So these are the tweeter covers that we made. So this is a whole new sail panel here that we put in, added the Range Rover logo to it. It's a couple pieces of acrylic, you know, bonded together, painted, sanded, and looks really cool. And this kind of set the tone for this. And this is held in by this one little screw right here, holds this whole thing in. The tweeter is mounted into the bracket behind it. So that's that. All right, so there's the tweeter. And then we got that done. We were like, yeah, we're off to the races. Yep. So, all right, let's go back here. And we'll kind of talk about this for a minute. So these are the grills that he gave us. So cool. These were the passive crossovers that were in the door from the factory. And this piece of metal here is the sail panel. Okay, so you can see why we're running into some problems. And there's no factory location for a 6.5 in this vehicle. Like it's just a 4 and a tweet. So, this is one of those moments where I was like, I really don't want to do this, but, you know, Paul's like, yeah, we can do it, yay. Anyways, so here's the finished product. So this is a 6.5 in the door. So this is the grill we made. So this is the grill here. And this is all made out of acrylic, 5 pieces of acrylic. So you have this bullseye looking pattern here, which is the back brace. And then you have the piece that has the holes in it. And then we have another piece here that adds the shiny effect here. And then there's a third piece that is covering the screws that are in it, or a 5th piece. And then it's sanded, painted, and it will go in here shortly. This is the panel to mount the carbon nano. So there's more to it than just this. This is just the grill that goes here. Now keep in mind, there was no hole here. We had to cut this hole. This was just where the passive crossover is mounted for the tweeter in the mid-range. There was nothing here. And to do that, we made these, which drop into this like this. And then we were able to drill the holes, and then we flipped it over and we routed it out from the other side using our quad spiral bit from Mobile Solutions and our Milwaukee hand router. So this is what allowed us to get that hole into the door panel. Very exciting to do. Taped the whole cover, had the vacuum, was able to router it out. Now there is a slight bend to this. So this is all made out of layers of 1/8 inch acrylic so that it will bend to the door panel. So that this is a little bit weaker. Now this is made out of more. So this piece here is, this top piece is 1/4 inch. And then there's a little 1/16 inch here. Then there's 1/8 inch. So there's several pieces that go to that to give us this look. So we wanted them to look the same, but with different thicknesses so that we could get this to bend. This had to be straight and rigid. This has the MM2 behind it. And if you look at it from the back, this is the MM2. So each piece has multiple things to it. So this piece here is a piece of 1/4 inch that was then planed on both sides to make it thinner, so that one, it could go into the hole more, and also we'd be able to get reasonably shorter screws on it, so it comes in through And then this piece is all glued together and the speaker comes in through there, but it countersinks that so that the dome on this doesn't hit the grill on the speaker. And so this now is going to become part of the installation because we're going to use this to hold the back bolts for this. So when this goes through the grill. All right, so exciting. Hey, 14 Tundra, non-JBL, changing stereo. Do I have to grab the door speakers under the passenger seat at the factory amp, or are they behind the stereo? So if it does have the factory amplifier is set up and it's non-JBL. The factory amplifier is set up for high-level input, so you shouldn't have to do anything if it's non-JBL. Just hook it up just like you would any other radio, using the harnesses they tell you to hook up. If it is the non-JBL, then it's used to having the amplified Toyota stereo inputting into the external amplifier, so it's all set up and ready for high level. You shouldn't have to do anything. I bet those grills only took 20 minutes. Yeah, you knew that, Christian. How did you guess? Yeah, thanks. Okay. All right, let's see. I think it seems like the center. Okay, so anyways, so let's get back to this. Just wanted to catch you. All right, so the plan now is to put this last speaker into this door so that we can call this quits. And to do that, of course, flip this over, set that ring down, and this guy will go into this. Now, there's these little nuts on the back of this, so this was perfectly flat. So we had to drill these holes and then countersink it so that when we slide this thing into place, it would pull flat like this. Okay. So now we have to flip this over, and this is why we put the blanket on here, is to keep everything from getting scratched. To paint the acrylic, we use SEM vinyl dye, and let me do this. I've done this before. And you need to let it dries really fast, but in order for it to harden, you need to let it dry for a while. So these have been sitting there for a couple hours, just getting nice and hard, and they should be room temperature. They shouldn't feel clammy or anything like that. If they feel clammy, then they're not ready to touch yet. You can, if you're real careful, touch them, but not anything where you got to manipulate stuff. So this is, we're using M3 hardware for this. Big fan of M2 and M3, M4. So get these screws in. Now you don't need to go crazy tightening them up. Just you'll feel how tight they need to be. Anytime you're using acrylic, just don't go nuts. Now there's no way we could build these without a laser. Obviously, and the drawings for these are just insane to look at. Which I can show you. All right, so there's that one. So I want to push up on this so we can pull the grill. All right, so that one is in. Let's go a little tighter on that one. Pull it back out. So they had a natural bend to them already, and I want to make sure I use that to my advantage. So this one I don't like, so I'll rotate it again. You all right over there, Fernando? Alright, so take this out, turn it one rotation. We'll try again. Make sure you get all the washers back on. This is exciting stuff. But this is what happens. This is why I hate custom, guys. What are you working on, Fernando?
I'm working in a Range Rover right
No, what are you? I know where you're working. What are you doing?
I'm trying to solder my mid-base and mid-range wires
Yeah, you keep doing that.
with the quick disconnects.
Gotcha. Is this where we get them backwards? I said, is this where we get them backwards? Oh yeah, there we go. All right, so let's take a look at the grill. So because it's 1/8 inch, when you cut this many holes in it, it's gonna warp. So there was a natural warp in, which was great. It was perfect. It actually sat flat. So it's just a matter of making sure we put it on the same way it warped, which, as you can see, you know, it sits just the way we want it. It's got that slight arc to it, which is cool. The other thing too is you'll notice you can't see any of that yellow. So that's why we didn't paint any of the inside of it, because you can't see it. It's not trick of the light or anything like that. It's just the way this is set up with the grill. You can't see it. And now if you're wondering why this is on here, so this is a support for these because we wanted it to make sure it was thicker, but we didn't want to use 1/4 inch. So bigger holes, little back bracing. This has the same thing. Makes things real easy. Ooh, look at that, that's sexy. Now, for this guy, this is all set. How this was built, a lot of this is all built the same way. So it's like the mid-range and this are attached the same way. So you have your front plate here. You can see it's sitting in there flat because it's countersunk into the acrylic. And the reason why we did that was because I didn't want this dome to touch this lip, and I couldn't see it when we designed this part because the hole wasn't cut out. I hadn't figured out how I was going to do that yet. So we wanted to make sure that we didn't run into any issues there with that touching. And then we put threaded nut certs into the foam, which is where the factory screw holes were, so that if we needed to, we can take this in and out all day long without it affecting, you know, the foam or anything like that. You know, it's not going to strip out or go crazy. So that's kind of nice. All right. So that gets us that done. So now that speaker is in place, and you know, the goal is to keep it in line with the V. You know, this is sticking out a little, but on the door panel, there is this hole here is where that speaker goes, and there's that hole there. But you can see where the window comes right in here. So, yeah, so that's cool. So that's it. So I'm really looking forward to getting these on the door and see what they all look like. The grill hole size is obviously the same all the way through, and just matching up that. Now,
Just bring it over here and they just.
nah, because I want to wait until we're ready to put them on. I can wait. I'm patient. I've waited this long. Okay, so let's take a look at what's going on in the back of the car real quick. Probably not. As soon as I can find a light. Here's a light. Because that's also a fun one. All right, so he's getting a Rockford P300 8-inch amplified subwoofer, and there's a curtain here. So this curtain hangs down over this whole corner. So this is our little power corner. So we made this tray here that's screwed into the vehicle using nutserts. So this is going to be, the 8-inch drops into this, and that's going to hold that in place so it doesn't roll around or get in trouble or do anything like that. And then this piece, this is going to sit just like this in the back corner. There again, the 2 screw holes, nutserts in place. So power, 4-gauge power right here. So that is going to hold that thing in place. And then this triangle area right here is for this guy. So this is the amplifier that is going to power those. So that's it. That's what we got. So that is all of the system. And then last but not least, the radio is this block punk thing that he brought in. That's like the retro looking block punk. I don't even know if that's going to fit. I haven't gotten to that part yet. That's the last thing that I'm worrying about right now. So, yeah. So the plan today is to hopefully get some of this wiring in the back taken care of. Fernando, as he says, is building, he's soldering in a plug. So we had to run 6 wires into each door, and we ran 6 wires to this area here. And the factory has these connectors, so we're doing the same thing. We're going to put a plug here so that if you need to, you can get the door off of the vehicle without cutting our wires or doing anything like that. They probably would still screw it up, but at least we tried. Yeah. And then we still have the 4s to get up here into the little roof, these little holes right here. So that's it. I know, nice and easy. Not much going on here. Simple day. Yeah, you know, but just kind of wanted to fill you guys in. I keep saying that. I need a hobby. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go so I can get back to work. It's the new block punk. So this is from out of the country, because this is a DBA. Not doing business, not doing as business. Anyways, DAB. It's a DAB. And that is a European antenna standard. So that is the block punk Frankfurt RCM 82 DAB. Those back windows are huge. Everything is huge. It's like, yeah, I'll never do one of these again. I'm telling you right now. This is the only one of these I'm doing, so don't ask. I'm never doing another one. This thing is a nightmare. All right, guys, you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be somewhere on this, and we can let you hear it. That would be cool. That would make me happy. You guys have a great night. Bye. Dude, she's like the loudest person. Like talking on the phone.
Yeah.
You know? You probably should move the lighting because that's going to be dark.
No, it's actually...
You sure? Yeah. Okay. Here, wait. There you go.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, I know. Lighting is an amazing thing. Look at this guy. He's got a built-in tripod now.
Lighting is your friend?
Lighting is your friend. I think we should put like a quarter 20 on your cast.
That would be awesome, right?
Yeah. Danny says, nice camera stand.
Dude,
He's like going to scratch the crap out of my lenses with that stupid cat. No, you're fine. I'm joking. Not really. But yes, I'm joking.
I mean, the company pays for it.
Yeah, it's a write-off. It's a one-armed bandit, yeah.
It's a write-off.
It's a write-off. All right, so he's taking pictures. We'll zoom in a second, and as soon as he's done taking pictures, we'll get past him, and we'll go over here and take a look at the doors. So the doors are on. For those playing at home, these 3 areas here, these are all custom. This did not exist when he showed up. So these are all custom made. We've showed these before on this. This started out as a piece of aluminum or a piece of steel. We made the whole thing, made this. This is a set of Morel carbon nanos. So the 63s, it's a 3-way set. So they're all the tiny pancake speakers. So conveniently enough, the show's brought to you by the fine folks at Morel. By accident, it's just kind of happy. Happy Thursday! It is a happy Thursday because we're done with this car finally. It is so... was Fernando into photography before he started 5-star? No, actually, Fernando knew nothing of photography before he started here. I, myself, am big into photography. Guy with cameras on Flickr, or, yeah, just type in guy with cameras. You'll see, there's a picture of him on the page. Anyways, no. And obviously, once we started doing video, getting better cameras, I encouraged him to take it up as a hobby. So, and he has access to, like, the most amazing camera gear there is, so why would he not? Man, my hair is just like... Anyways, no, but he's taken to it like a fish to water. We'll go with that. Anyways, let's go back to this. So each one of these is custom made. So these are like 6 to 10 pieces of acrylic each. As you can see, they're like, this is a smaller version of this grill here, which is an illusion. This one's actually much thicker, and this one is much thinner. It just looks the same. We pulled some Disney magic out of the hat. These are like, this is like a 16th inch piece that goes in there. You can kind of see that carbon dome behind it. But anyways, so we made each one of these, painted them, put them. This one has a slight bend to it. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, so really excited that these are finally done. And let's hop in the back here. And we'll take a look at what is happening back here. So this is the first time you guys are seeing the completed back area. So this is a piece of 1/4 inch blown PVC. We'll put the little light right there so you can see it better. This is the 4-channel JVC marine amp. I still have to put the cover on the bottom of it. Screwed into place, nut cert, and we're bridging this to the front. So that comes out of here and it goes to these 2 passive crossovers right here that are running the 3-way set up front. Every wire in here is brand new. So we ran all new wiring with the exception of the amplified antenna, the constant 12 volts for the radio, the ground for the radio. Everything else is brand new, all new wiring. And the wiring has to run up and along here on both sides, so they don't actually run any wiring along the floor. We did have to run the 4-gauge along the floor, which comes in the back of the car. So there's actually a tunnel right here, which is really nice. So it's running along here, and then there's another tunnel here, and it comes in. So we tried to make it as easy as possible with not putting any lumps, because there's this giant 1/2-inch mat that sits underneath this, which is really cool. We are in Clearwater, Florida, right across from Ridgeland Hooters. So this is the power connection for the 8-inch P300, which goes into this tray right here. Yeah, so this is another piece of Centra that is screwed in. Nutsert here, nutsert's there, so this all goes in. Let's take a look at the radio that he chose. We do not sell this. What's up, Elias? He wanted to go for the retro look. So this is the Blaupunkt retro radio. Really wish we would have gone with the Kenwood. Mike. I really wish we would have gone with the Kenwood. I'll just leave it at that. Looks good. We plastic welded his dash back together. This whole piece here had fallen off. There's nothing holding this in place other than there was nothing. So we put a bunch of plastic welded screws into here, or plastic welding these guys right here. So had to plastic weld this all back together so that this would go back together. This was the last step of this whole thing, was getting this radio into place. Pain in the butt, but it's in and it's done, and it makes sound. So that's a bonus right there. And I said I really wish we would have done the Kenwood. Anyways, here we added the little Range Rover logo to it because it is a Range Rover. There's dust on it. And here's 93. Oh, nice, Mike. Nice. Battery is all set and ready to go. He didn't have a battery brace for this. Like, this was just floating around inside of here. So when Fernando made the fuse holder, we just incorporated a new battery brace into it. So he added some screws to here. We added some bolts to there. So, and then he made a couple bends so it locks the battery into place. And of course we added the little logo right there to say what this fuse was for. Should have done a Kenwood. He should have done a Kenwood. We actually had it for a Kenwood, and then he's like, I want it to look like retro. And I was like, okay. Yeah. Whatever, I guess, you know? So, it happens. We also got the 4s in the rear. So we didn't really, let me do this, and I will do one of those. And there's the 4s. Eventually he's going to have a headliner put in, so we made sure we put the grills on them so that he won't be like, where are my grills? And like, they're in the box. I threw the box away. Oh, that kind of sucks. So we just went ahead and put them on so that when they do get the headliner, we don't have to worry about him asking us for grills, because we definitely won't have a pair of those. Dean, what's the pros and cons of using Sentra? Pros and cons of... Oh, this is really comfortable. So, the pros and cons of Sentra. Pros, it's super easy to work with. Oh my god, it cuts like butter, it sands, it shapes. Things stick to it. Like, you can use some Bondo, you could score it up and put glass on it. It paints easy, it looks fantastic. Those are the pros. The cons, it's low temp. Alright, so if you're going to use it you can't use it as a structural piece. And if you're going to put it in, like a lot of guys are making door panels out of them now, you have to make sure you treat the door panel with something so that it doesn't warp, like glass the door panel or glass the backside of the door panel, or put more substantially strong pieces behind it that it's sticking to so that it doesn't warp. But that's really the bad part about it. If for like speaker pods, small things like this that are going to have good screw to them, it's fine. It's like it stays flat, but it's like if it does not work in direct sunlight, it will warp. You know, you can't use it to make a dash. Not in Florida anyways. Yeah, you can't use it to mount things like in a headliner or anything like that. It'll fall apart. That's what ABS is for, or HDPETFODO, the other stuff. That stuff, which is way harder to work with, but it's high temp, so you don't have to worry about it. But it's great for like amp racks and stuff like that. Yeah. How can I get a quote? Call Paul at the retail store, 727-216-6170, and or email him at spellitout5starcarstereo@gmail.com. So don't put 5, put FIVE, and that's a good place to start. You're doing a great job today and maybe tomorrow too. I'll settle for today. Tomorrow is a new day. Hey Haley. Dean, 2015 Sierra Nambos using pack harness to a D5-1300. Do I need resistors for this? Yes, you're going to need LGD greens for your 2021 GMC. So LGD greens. The D5-1300 doesn't have load resistors built into it. You'll need those. It'll sound fine at first, and about 3 days later, it'll shut the sound off. So, yeah. So just put some greens on it. Yes, HDPE. Thank you, Christian. Good job. Way to go. Yeah, that. Dean Fernando, the classic car. It's all pros. No, hell no. Don't even go there, man. I don't ever want to do another one of these again. This is one and done for me. I will not be doing one of these unless they have a lot of money.
Look at this.
Oh yeah. So here's all. All right. So here's the stack of acrylic holes that were generated making this. So these are all the cutouts. So we save a lot of this stuff because like these are, if it's big enough to make like a USB knockout or like a little panel knockout, then we'll save it because you can reuse that, you know, which is nice about the Glowforge because it has a camera so we can see where we're positioning it. So all this will get repurposed and reused. These are big enough to where they can be like speaker brackets, like 3.5 tweeters and stuff like that. So anything about this size we save until we like if we have a whole bunch of them, then we'll throw them away just because it just takes up a lot of space. And if we find we're not using them, then we'll throw them away for sure. But we try to recycle as much acrylic as we can because it's so expensive. I'm still using the AX DSPX HN3 for my 10th gen Accord. Should I take it out and just go high level. Hell no, man. No, God, no. No. Man, if you can deal with that thing, keep it. Oh my gosh, yes. Still need a haircut. No, because that thing sounds great. I mean, it has some flaws, but it sounds amazing. So definitely you want to keep it until something else better comes along. Don't want to go high level. Make poker chips out of them. Yeah, I've thought about that. The problem is it would take a really long time, because like that's the thing that takes the longest on a laser is cutting a logo into something. Because it's got to sit there and do this back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's why like painted stuff is way better. So for example, like just give me an idea of what I'm talking about. Like up here on the fuse block. So this is what's called a score. So this just removes the top layer of paper, cuts in just a little bit for removing the top layer of paper. So you can go in and peel the paper off, and then you can spray paint it or rub some paint into it or whatever you want to do. What's that? You're a score? You are a score. This takes like a minute and a half. Now, if I was to sit there and dig this in, that would probably take 20 minutes, and that would suck. So, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So here's the dead box. Here's the box. There's nothing left in it.
Pizza's gone.
Yeah, pizza's gone. Nothing left but the crust.
Yeah, that's it.
So this is the reduced carbon nanos that are in his car. So yeah, we gotta get these all put back together so that we can. Hold on.
Powerful.
Wait. Stop talking. You gotta wait till we have the camera.
You have to be fast.
No, I don't.
Anyway, these surprisingly, they are very powerful.
Surprisingly.
Surprisingly.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
They're very powerful. You'll be surprised how great they sound.
We could let them hear them.
No,
Okay.
of course. You can check the specifications. Every box comes with a specification. That's what we love about Morel. MorelHiFi.com. That's the place that you can find all the specifications about speakers, crossover points, FS, and all that stuff. MorelHiFi.com. But you can check here, Instagram, Morel_America, or go to Facebook and follow Morel America Inc.
Bonus. Boom. Drop the mic, Fernando. Okay, guys. Let's answer this once and for all. Whoa, hold on. If you're doing high level into a non-amplified or amplified vehicle, doesn't matter which one, if you're doing high level into any vehicle built past the age, let's say 2016, 15. So anything newer than 15 or 16, this is the cover for the amplifier. I'm holding it in my hand so I don't forget. I'm actually going to put it right here in my pocket.
What is that?
It's a cover for the amp. I got to put it on. Anyways, anything past 15 or 16 needs load resistors if you're going high level to low level. 100%. There's no question you need to use load resistors. If you don't, life sucks. Okay, so does your audio system. The default, meaning you could just, if you got to have one to rule them all, get the greens, the LGD greens. They'll work on everything. And that's it. So you got to have them. The problems that are going to occur depend on the radio manufacturer, meaning what car it is. So like in Fords, for example, you get some high frequency distortion that you probably won't hear, but your tweeters sure will hear them, and you'll probably blow some tweeters. It's certain cars, like the GM that he asked about, it'll sound fine. It'll be like, hey, this is great. And about 2 days later, your audio cuts off, and you got to reset the car. And it's only because it's a safety feature built into it. But Class D amplifiers, which a lot of these cars have, need the load on them. So they need some resistance. They need some pushback on the amplifier to keep them in check, because it's how they build these things now. So yeah, that's so if you're doing now, if you buy something that has load resistance built into it, then you're great. So for example, the audio control amplifiers don't have load resistance built into them. However, like the Pro Series high level to low levels. Now, I'm not telling you to go out and buy one of those, because you don't need those. They're built into the amplifier. So you buy an LC or a D Series amplifier, it's got an LC5i Pro, LC7i Pro, 2i Pro. Those are all built into them. They just don't have the load resistors. You put them externally. But some amplifiers have load resistors built into them. So for example, like a Helix amplifier has load resistance built into them. And then of course, one of my personal favorite amplifiers that has load resistance built into them are the Mosconi amplifiers. So you pick up this guy right here. This is Mosconi 1610. They make the 810. Over here on the side, these are all for the load resistance in the amplifier, so that it allows you to generate the proper load to hook up to your factory speakers or factory radio high level. The Pico has this, Pro 810 has it, I'm sorry, the Pro 830 has it. So it's all there. These have them. So that makes life really, really nice. And then, so those are the things you got to keep in mind when connecting to a factory radio. I know, it never ends. When you put 3.5s in the 4Runner, what do you do to make the grill hole bigger? The grill hole is actually big enough. It's getting the speaker down low enough in the dash so that it'll fit, because they don't just like fit in there. There's some work you have to do to get them to fit down deep into the crevice of the dash. So, and then also if you not careful, you gotta maybe shave off the underside of the dash. Depends on how good you are at getting the speaker down low into the dash. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, get a kicker key lock. Key lock does not have load resistance built into it. That's why they make the KISS load. The KISS load is for that. So the key lock, they didn't want to put a big resistor bank into it, and they already made a solution for it. So in some worlds, you got to do that, or you just put LGDs in front of it. Audison USS, correct, Audison, but Audison, so Audison does have some load resistance built into them, but it doesn't have the appropriate load resistance to do what is it? Why am I drawing a blank right now on the Ford stuff?
The amplifier system?
Yes. Wow.
AV?
What? No. Anyways, Fernando's not helping me on this. Anyways, yes. So, always a help. We try. Fords are fun. Let it go, man. Not all of us can drive Audis, sit at home, stare at the ceiling, that kind of shit. Just kidding. Not really. So this is scored. So just if you're curious what a scored looks, this was the first attempt at scoring it. You can kind of see, it's hard to see the writing, but yeah, so it's very little, just a faint, which makes pulling off the paper and painting it super easy. The problem is that the logo, the font I picked for the audio portion of it would have looked like crap. So, what's up, Mel? You okay, man?
Yeah.
His hand's sweating. So check what he does while his hand sweats. He blows hair into his cast.
Yeah.
Dean's School of Car Stereo install. Helpful as always. Thanks, man. Ever done a Yaris? Oh, God, yes. Yaris's? Yeah. Every time I hear the word Yaris, though, it reminds me of Yar's Revenge. And if you don't know what Yar's Revenge is...
No, I know what it is.
You don't know what Yar's Revenge is? It's Atari, bro. It's Atari.
Oh! Yes.
You sure?
Yeah.
I mean, some really basic bit stuff.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Best HDMI cable to use in Alpine Halo. It can be a tight fit. Believe it or not, Kenwood makes a really nice automotive grade HDMI cable.
It's not like it's a micro?
It is a micro. I don't know what. Either way, typically that's what we like to use, or we just use a pack piece.
Just pack.
Pack makes the cool HDMI/USB that, and we never have, round thing that you put on the dash. We buy the one from Pack. I don't know who they get it from. I don't know how many of them. I don't know if it's just the one like off Amazon. I don't know, but we put a ton of those in and we never have any issues. So that's what I got there. Otherwise, if it's a micro Micro Pack makes one that's micro.
Micro HD.
They made it specifically for the Kenwas, and it doesn't fit, so that's cool. So you got to shave it down.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's like stupid. Like, way to go, guys. But yeah.
2045. I'm gonna make my own.
Use a wire ruler to scratch down the arm.
Scratch down?
Use a wire ruler to scratch
No,
down.
you know what I use? This is stupid.
Oh, use a razor knife?
Yeah, because it just
He uses his razor knife.
goes in there. It's annoying.
Yep, for sure. So anyways, tonight is Thursday. You know what that means?
Yes!
What does that mean?
We're gonna talk about nothing. But
Oh.
you're gonna talk about...
I was going to say. Tonight, join me on Hi-Fi Vegan Network. We're going to talk about
the new
car stereo stuff.
Yeah.
No, that's Side Jag. We talk about, on Side Jag, we're talking about Ricky Stanicki. So we watched, the homework assignment was Ricky Stanicki.
Very good.
The homework assignment was Ricky Stanicki.
Wow.
But yeah, so tonight, make sure to tune in. Hi-Fi Vegan
Talk
Network
about the
at
new movie coming up.
8:30. There's what new movie?
The Mad Max.
Fury? Oh, Furiosa?
Furiosa.
Why?
I don't know.
So
Did
terrible.
you like the Mad Max? The first ones?
From the 80s?
Yeah.
Yes. And then Tina Turner got involved, and I lost interest. And
So
then
that's it? Like from...
yeah, Mad Max. The first one was good.
Yeah.
Second one was okay.
Third one.
Thunderdome was like, are you kidding me? No.
Yeah.
You know, just,
Okay, never mind.
Just pass. No, but that new one looks stupid as crap. Anyways, make sure to tune in tonight. Also, tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in for the news. That's right, we got the news coming. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but it'll be the news. I don't find out till tonight. I stay away from all the 12-volt news
Yeah.
until tonight so that I can be like, awesome! Or I can be like, oh, crap!
My God, these guys.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, anyways, that's what we got going on. Dean's...
Go all the way.
sorry. Going all the way down here.
There you go.
Hola, muchachos.
Hey, Oscar.
Fury Road went hard. Okay, really? Okay, does that mean it was bad? So the Tesla install had the least amount of zip ties ever since no amp rack. 100%, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good call. I didn't think about that, but you're right. Alpine F1 status, is it really worth 34 grand, and can you tune it beyond the system's design? Is it pre-tuned? Okay, so just to end on that one, the F1 status system is tuned by Alpine. So when you buy the system, the dealer will put the system in, and then they fly out an Alpine guy to tune the system for you, because it takes special tools. Because it's a high-res system, they have a high-res RTA to set it with. So no, technically once they're done, they're done. The nice thing is you paid a bunch of money for it, so you get to sit there. The F1 system is not for everybody. Okay, it is not. It is a flagship piece. It's designed for somebody that doesn't have to question. Again, not against, nothing to do with you, but it's not designed for someone that would question its value.
Right.
It's for somebody that would just buy it and go like, yeah, give me that. So that's why they have status. So status is for the rest of us folks, us commoners, as it were, that we just want really high end, us mere mortals, us people that have to go, wait, how much do I owe you? Oh, well, let me go see if I can shake the tree some more. There again, it's a flagship
And
piece.
it's a full system. It doesn't, you cannot buy the DSP. You cannot buy that. It comes together.
Yeah,
Just
so
because of
it does not come pre-tuned. They tune it for you. So there's that. Nando and I are going to listen to our team. Okay, Christian.
Oh, what?
The show that no one ever watches. Hell yeah, bro. It doesn't matter. As long as there's one person, I don't care. Hope it comes with the closest closet full of Alpine gear, dinner, and everything else.
Oh no, you're
so.
gonna end it up with no dinner after you buying the Alpine.
No, see, and then like I said, it's not made for
everybody.
It's not made for somebody that's going to question it. And there again, they don't have to sell it. it's an investment in their technology. So everything that they invested in to make that at some point is going to trickle down into the regular line. So it's a proving point to say, hey, we're willing.
We have the technology.
We can do this. So now they can go to car manufacturers. Alpine actually supplies a lot of car manufacturers with audio. It's not just the branded Alpine stuff. They make the Macintosh system for Chrysler. So that's, even though it says Macintosh, it's made by Alpine. So there again, it's just to show that they're willing to invest into. So it's a statement piece.
Dude, so now that you say if you have to access, like, you can afford it, right? So we went.
I didn't want to say that, but yeah.
No, but like we went to the mall.
Yeah.
When we were in Arizona.
Yes.
Now walking.
You and Nala.
Right?
Yeah.
And
I sent them on a clothing run.
Beautiful, stores. The clothing is beautiful. I'm like, oh my God, this is so nice. Clothing doesn't have prices. So I say, there you go. This is not for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I often catch myself that way too. Like if I'm in a place and there's no price tag.
I'm just I
just kind of look around to see where I'm at and I go,
all right, let's go.
I don't really need to know. I'm not buying this thing. I couldn't even afford a single tweeter. Hey man, that's like a BRAC system. I mean, you're going to spend almost as much on a BRAC system. I can tell you right now, the BRAC system we installed in the Porsche for our customer, he spent way more than the Alpine F1 system cost. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you got a $7,000 DSP.
Yeah.
That's an 8-channel DSP that has the same exact software you can buy in an 8-channel Helix DSP. It's not like it's software is any different. It's all hand built. All parts are tested individually. Yeah. So it's like the top 10% of parts. So when all the parts come in are validated, all parts have a tolerance, and the ones that are at like plus whatever all go to BRACs. So,
well, Oscar is a baller,
Yeah, Oscar, like the Bentley dealership here.
You have to make an appointment to get in. Yeah, of course.
I don't like expensive clothes.
I like it. I just can't afford it, bro.
I don't want expensive clothes. When I pay for my tennis shoes, I'm like, how much do they want for these things, man? To me, like, these shoes, for what they charge for them, is a total ripoff. For those who don't know, we're talking about the foot gloves. Because, like, I know how much a pair of Jordans goes for. Like, just a regular pair of Jordans shoes. Yeah. It's like $150.
Depends. No, not really.
Is it
like
less?
$250.
Is it $250 now?
Yeah, $250.
Okay, well, that's ridiculous. Okay.
No,
I'm not talking high tops. I'm talking just regular
normal
base model Jordans.
$200.
Okay, so about $150.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So paying $150 for these is just ridiculous. Yeah. It's like, it's not like I'm paying for space age technology here. I'm paying for less shit.
You're trying to go to space with us.
I guess so. If you ain't wearing...
If you're not wearing Balenciaga shoes... Of course. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's a baller.
Yeah, he's a baller that can't fix a flickering light in the ceiling, okay? He's in there working in a cave where lights up there going...
Did they still like
the stupid lights flickering in? I'm like, dude, take your Snap-on toolbox, roll it over there, hop on top of it, and change the light. Oh wait, you can't, because you're a short Mexican. Oh, damn! Wow. Better get a ladder, midget boy. And he wears sunglasses. That's the reason why I wear sunglasses, because the light flickering. Yeah. Jay's Tint. Check them out. Dallas, Texas. Love those guys.
Texas. Love the guys.
Oscar's over there going, man, you guys suck.
Yeah.
I'm Team Morel forever and heard all the cars which sound magical, but I wonder what F1 status systems could sound like. Does it blow Morel out of the water? So, no, it doesn't. Here's the thing. I'll get to it. Okay. I'll get to it. I'm working up to this. I needed him time. Okay, so here's the thing. The F1 car, it is on tour, so that it's all over the place. It's in Canada, it's in the U.S., so there are opportunities for you to hear it.
You can buy your tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
No, so you go to their website and you can find out where it's at, because they move the car around so that people can come hear it.
Yeah.
The thing, like, when we did our listen, they had Steve Brown come out, Chris DeGoose sat in the back seat, and they told us all about it. And really, if you haven't watched the video we did with Alpine telling us about the F1, the listening demo is on a separate thing, so you can go listen to that, put headphones on, and do all that nonsense. But you have to listen to the amount of technology that they put in it to understand what it is you're buying, okay? Because, and I'm not trying to defend it, but the reality is there's not another car stereo company on the planet that makes the system that Alpine has put together for that system. There isn't. There isn't anything out there that can create, capture, playback audio the way that Alpine has managed to do it in that car. Now, is it the most amazing sounding thing on the planet?
That's personal.
That's a personal opinion. I've had plenty of people sit in it that were like, that Jesus touched them on the shoulder. I have plenty of people that sat in it and go, whatever.
I can make something better than that.
My car sounds better than that. You know who you are. Anyways, so to each his own. I thought it sounded good, but there again, I also understood what I was listening to, and yeah, it's a really cool piece. Now, as soon as everyone heard it, this was at Knowledge Fest a couple years back in Vegas. I had guys coming up to me and go, dude, did you hear it? I was like, yeah, I got here in the morning. We got a custom tour of the vehicle. I had to sit in the car for like 2 hours. Yeah, I heard it. I could build a system for half that. I go, no, you can't. Yeah, I could. I said, no, you can't. Because you can't get that DSP. You can't get that DAC that they have in there. You sure as hell can't get the clock speed that they have for their DSP. So no, you can't build a system. You can make a system that sounds really, really good, but it'll never do what that Alpine system does, because there is not another piece of equipment on the market that does what that system does. So that's what you like I said, it is a technology piece. It is a benchmark piece. It is not for everybody. Like when we had the Brax tweeter, went outside, had a ghetto sled outside. Guys got like a wall of just like boom and tweeters and louds, and it's yeah. We're like, hell yeah. And I go, dude.
Little John?
Yeah, I said, dude, man, you want to see a really expensive tweeter? Had it in my pocket. I pulled it out, and I go, boom. He goes, that looks cool. I said, this is a $3,000 tweeter. He goes, damn, that's got to be the loudest tweeter on the planet. No. Why would it be the loudest tweeter on the planet? Just because it was $3,000. So it's a mindset. We know it's not the loud. It's not even loud. It's a giant silk soft dome. It's like smooth and natural and creamy. He don't want nothing to do with that. That's just silly.
No.
All right. So
Oscar says,
you should see my new wood room. It's brighter than my future. It's got wood. If real installers use diamond encrusted wire ruler. Oh, a diamond encrusted wire ruler. Oh, that'd be cool. I could probably make one of those. Love my Virtus. Hell yeah. Any new stereos come in, I want to be blown away with new features.
Wait until tomorrow. You're gonna be blown away.
Oh my god, that is so funny. I can tell you right now. Okay, let's play it. I don't remember, it's in my pocket. Alright, so let's play the blown away game for a minute, alright? When is the last time you got blown away by a feature that a radio manufacturer put in a radio? It was probably the introduction of CarPlay and Android Auto that the radio manufacturers absolutely had nothing to do with. CD players. Oh my god, we have a car that has a CD player built into it. There again. Okay. EQ. Ooh, dancing pigs, dolphins.
I got one.
What?
Wireless CarPlay.
That
was
again,
a cool one.
Not a feature that the car. It was Apple. It's Apple and Android. So these guys are not coming out with anything that is revolutionary. Right now, all they're doing is trying to keep pace with the manufacturers, because developing anything beyond that is just outside of the scope of reality for those. The aftermarket platform used to be a place for innovation so they could sell it to the car manufacturers. But now the car manufacturers are far enough down the road that these guys can just go right to them and say, hey, we have this idea. And they go, here's a bunch of money, make it happen. Whereas before they had to prove themselves. They've already proven themselves now.
The GS9 with the DAC. Boom. Boom.
There again.
You like that one?
No, I don't. It was, revolutionary that they made took a home DAC and put it in a car? Yeah. Okay, sure. But was it like, did everyone get blown away from it? No, everyone was like, how much? It's $1,500?
Oh, a reset button in the top of the screen.
Reset button was probably a pretty awesome thing, because God forbid we make the player better so it doesn't need a reset button. But yeah, that's a pretty cool one. But no, I really don't think you're going to see anything to blow you away. If anything, you'll just be lackluster and be like, oh wow, that's what we got. Okay, great. Yeah, so don't plan on any cool features. New radio for smart. Yeah. By the way, I'm still using my $100,000 CNC machine as a Bondo mixing table. God, I hate that. Dude, I hate him. Oh my gosh, that's so bad. Oh, who doesn't want a CNC machine? He's over there. I'm not going to use it. I'd rather use a table saw and a jigsaw. Of course, I watched the video. I guess I'm trying to rationalize the price. Don't even bother to rationalize the price. It makes no sense to anybody. You know, if you're an Alpine fanboy and you want to have the ultimate Alpine system, maybe. But other than that, no, it's not for us mere mortals, man. It is not. And even if I got a phone call tomorrow and Alpine was like, hey man, we want to send you one of these, I'd be like, no, you don't. I don't want that. What am I gonna? No, I don't want it. No, God, no. I don't want that.
I'll take it, and then we put it here just to show. Why not?
Because I don't want it. It's too much of a headache.
Don't listen, Alpine. Just send it. Send it. It's okay.
Yeah, Christian 5-star five-star that place
of the year.
Yeah, there you go.
Please vote.
Please don't vote. Kenwood 10 HD screen with anti-glare. There you go. That was a cool feature. Right. But it was only because we had to sit there and complain about it for, I don't know, 8 years. They go, hey, could you guys make a screen that I could actually see while driving down the road? Think of it this way. We still can't see single-din radios. You have to buy a Marine single-din radio so you can actually see the display, you know? But yes, the anti-glare was pretty cool. But, I mean, we've had anti-glare in home now forever. Actually, the original Pioneer with DVD AVH 2300. No, that wasn't the original player with DVD built into it. There was DVD players long before that one. If you want to talk about, like, oh my gosh, you'd want to talk about, like, the CVA 1000 from Alpine that was one of the, if not the first flip out, and then they had the 52 or 5100 DVD player that went along with it. So that was pretty cool because it was the first of its kind. But then you could that was $1,000 DVD player.
All right, so
but then you could just go buy a 12-volt DVD player for $150.
Do you think that would be cool if now manufacturers came out with, like, the graphics that the single thing just to have, like?
So this is one of those things where I don't put any time into because.
No, but like, for example, if somebody's like, hey, listen, we're gonna come out with this again, like Pioneer used to do, like.
But listen,
like
if I think companies like.
You think it's stupid or it is?
So here's my take on all of this. I think companies like Linkswell have the right idea. If Linkswell can get up to, or if they are already, don't know because they won't send me one, of a Kenwood or a Sony quality, then that's it. That's what we go with because they're custom built for the cars, and I think that's what the future is. I don't think the future is a double din or a single din, or it's more of these custom fit things that are made to go into, you know, these cars. So I just think that's the thing that makes more sense. Yeah. You know, but we know that Kenwood and Sony aren't going to do that.
That was awesome.
Clarion, be nice to those Dolphins, bro. Clarion had the pig race. Pioneer had the Dolphins. So, navigation. So Pioneer came out with navigation. Alpine actually had navigation. I don't remember. It was either Pioneer or Alpine had navigation first.
Really?
Successfully.
Okay,
meaning they were really behind it. So I feel like Pioneer was more on point when they finally came out with it. Alpine was always just a pain in the butt, but we sure as hell put a lot of Alpine navigation in. So parametric EQ and head unit. Yeah, Sony did that a long time. I'm sorry, Pioneer did that a long time ago, I believe. And there again, nothing. It's all old stuff. We had parametric EQs in radio. Clarion, I think, had it because Clarion used to do something that was really cool. You could buy the radio, and it just came with basic bass and treble in it. And then you bought the EQ. They made 3 different EQ boxes that plugged into the radio and gave you all your equalization So you would like DIN cable it in, and then you'd put your 6-channel RCAs into the box, so it looked like a half DIN EQ, but it had no controls. It was a hideaway. So you just buy the radio, and then you'd be like, I want a badass EQ. You'd say, all right, here, you have 3 to choose from. You know, like a basic 7-band, and then they had, you know, a full whole-on DSP.
Yeah.
So that was like, holy crap, that is the coolest thing ever. Of course, at the time, all we had was bass and treble. You know, if you wanted an EQ, it was a little add-on piece that truly sucked. You know, great for floor noise. It was like, they should just call it a floor noise generator. But that was a neat thing. But that was like 93 when that happened. So that's back when these companies used to like get excited about stuff. Watch rap videos and dash. Dude, I used to watch Ellen because I had a Kenwood with the TV tuner. They need to come out with a better looking single DIN radio. My Bentley clients don't like them, and it's extremely hard to find any new GS9s. So Oscar, have you seen this ugly thing that we ended up putting in here? You might like this for your Bentley customers. So this is the blob punk, and so if you pull this out, close this, so it looks like a cassette player. So there you go. You know, how cool is that? Like, and all the preset buttons aren't preset buttons. There's preset buttons over there that looks like the old phone controller, which is not a phone controller. So, isn't that neat? Yeah. Ooh. Ah. Okay. So that seems to be the only thing keeping the lights on at Blob Punk right now. We'll wait for it to hit eBay for... Yeah. I'll fight to the death over this. Or if the greatest head unit, if not the ever made Clarion. Oh, wow. You really went old school on that one. ADCS1. Woo.
Clarion?
Yeah, that came out at a really weird time on Clarion. We weren't a Clarion dealer anymore. So they used to make...
What was special about that?
I don't remember because we weren't a Clarion dealer anymore.
Oh.
So Clarion had what was called Clarion Pro Audio, and they had this feature called Alpha Touch. So it was a joystick volume controller.
Okay.
The problem was it was crap, and so it would break. And they had a huge failure rate on it, and they weren't planning on fixing it. So you know how I am when it comes to stuff that doesn't work, we just stopped selling it. Mm-hmm. So we had stopped selling Clarion radios, and we were just selling speakers, amps, and subs, because they actually made the Pro Audio line of speakers were really, really nice. They were purple too, which was cool.
Well,
Yeah, purple's always better. Purple always sounds good. Well, Clarion came in and they were pissed, and we were like, well, I mean, come on, man. We're not going to just spend all this time fixing your screw-ups and swapping out radios. And so they dropped us.
they had screw you guys.
Which was actually probably the best thing could ever happen, because we picked up Kenwood after that, and then it was full on, like, oh my gosh, Kenwood? I'd never even, like, paid them any attention. And so from there it was like, we got dropped from Clarion and picked up Kenwood, and then that was it, man. After that, we were just like smoking. Like Kenwood was just like
Smoking radius?
So we would sell Kenwood and Alpine. That was it. It was just and then towards the very end there, we started selling some Pioneer because they made the Z1, I think. Is what it was.
Z1000? Yeah.
No.
The navigation system?
No, it was it wasn't a 1000. Anyways, this was a long time ago. That was the Pioneer was cool because you added everything to it. So you had to add the Bluetooth module. So it was just a screen. You added every accessory to it. It was just an AM/FM screen. So you had to add the DVD player, the changer, the Bluetooth, the navigation.
Right there, yeah.
Oh my God, it was great. It was like, by the time you're done, it was like a $3,500 piece.
Holy moly.
Yeah, people love it. Remember that? DAT. Digital audio tape. Yeah, ADCS1. Like I said, that was
amazing. That was before their auto PC.
Yes. I think iData should make radios. They already do great interfaces and dash kits. So a lot of manufacturers have us sign these things called NDAs. But that would be cool, right? Clarion. Yeah, Clarion was awesome. Morel MT 120 tweeters getting 65 watts from an Audison AFC 8.14. Do I lose SQ underpowering them. Oh, you're not underpowering them at all. Trust me, you got plenty of power going to them.
Yeah.
You're good. You're not losing anything. It's just, yep, 65 watts is plenty.
Yep.
Love my Sony, even though you couldn't see their horrible screen. Yeah, I know.
We're a fan. He knows.
Yeah.
I love my audio bond.
Yeah. Everybody loved the audio bond, man. Put a flame job. How good is that? Digital audio tape head units, or just a Jeff Smith. Clarion in the '90s were ahead of their times. Yes, they were. Range Rover goodness. Yeah, Jeff, here, check it out. We'll show you. So this is it, bro. This. Look how he's done. Like he's definitely like, I don't know. It's pretty colors. So here's the doors. So here's the door panels we made. So we made this cool little multi-layered door panel. It's 2 pieces, and then we have these cool grills here. It's like 400 pieces, and there's the other one to match. So you end up with this door panel here. This is bent, the curvature, but yeah, it's really cool. Here's our stack of circles. These are all these circles that we're not using for cutting out all the pieces. So fun times. Eclipse, yeah. ADCS1 was amazing. That was before their auto PC. Yeah, I mean, so one thing I remember about Clarion that was really funny. So Clarion used to fly everyone out to the show. They would have a big show. So they'd bring all their key retailers out.
Clarion?
Yeah, and they'd have a big event. That's what these manufacturers used to do. It didn't matter, wherever. Okay, so they would just rent someplace. Could be in California, who knows.
Okay.
They'd fill it full of cars and smoke and chairs and just go like crazy. So they fly JJ out. And they have, you see all the new stuff. That's where like these EQ boxes were.
Yeah.
And at the time, Pro Audio was a thing. So Pro Audio had a 2-year warranty, regular had a 1-year warranty.
Okay.
And so the guy's like, why can't we get a Pro Audio doubled-in screen? Because they're all just not Pro Audio. And the guy goes, well, because Pro Audio it's not just the name, it's how we build the radio. Just like XR with Kenwood, Exelon. It's a better piece.
Yeah.
It has better audio grade components. They do a nicer job on it. So the guy goes, so you want us to gold plate a turd? You know what you get when you put gold on a turd? Gold plated turd.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah. So JJ came back and he's just telling me the story because he thought it was the funniest thing in the world. And it's of all the stuff that they learned at that was the one thing that just stuck.
He brings it
so
back.
like I was listening to somebody. I think it was Scott, said, sky high CCA wire, it's not all created the same. And I was like...
No, because they're different colors.
Yeah, it's different colors. But I was like, if you take a turd and you gold plate it, you still just have a gold plated turd. No offense, Scott, but CCA wire, it's still crap. I don't care who makes it, it's still crap.
Yeah. Don't use it.
I mean, someone's gonna run and tell him, no, I love Scott, but that's what I came to, when I read that. That's what came in my head. So we're basically gold plating a turd now, and we have a gold plated turd. So don't get me wrong, I'm sure some of you would love to have a gold plated turd to put on the shelf. Why does Sony always discontinue their best mobile ES head units? The CDX C90 is gone, and now the GS9. What's the next model coming? I think they've already answered that with the 9500 and the doubled-in version of it, the 9000. That's it. That's what's coming. Everybody does that, though. It's not just Sony. Everyone comes out with some cool stuff, and then they discontinue it. And the reason why they discontinue it is because they're Japanese companies, and if you don't sell a certain amount of these things, then there's no reason to keep them in the line, because they're not about nostalgia. They're about making money. And so if they don't... and also it's a certain amount of time. So like they budget a certain amount of time that they're going to have a piece in the line, and then it goes away. So the GS9 has been out for a decent amount of time, actually quite a few years. So it's never really made any money. It's just been a statement piece, and so probably got to the point to where there's a second generation chip, which which is supposedly what's in the 9500. So you just can't keep making these things because it becomes more expensive to make an older version of something, in which case you're not making any money off it in the first place. So it just makes sense to discontinue it. And then there again, well, what is there, GS9 Mark II? No, because the first one really didn't sell all that well, so they just ran it until they probably couldn't get parts for it anymore, and then that was the end of it. And speaking of the end of it, it is time for us to go. We got to deliver this beautiful Range Rover to the customer. So you guys have a great night. Hopefully we'll see some of you tonight on the High Five Vega Network. We'll be talking about more car audio there. Bye.